The assistant coaches for the Thunderbirds are Lance Adamson, Jamie Rivera, and Pam Dahl. And now here are the reserves for the East Leopards. Number 5, Nicole Peterson. Number 11, Blanche Pritchard. Number 15, Precious Mahamasui. Number 20, Linda Mahi. Number 11, Edith Butui. Number 22, Nina Tausinga. Number 23, Liana Kayatu. Number 24, Zoe Gillen. Number 31, Rita Nusa. Number 42, Liz Tafuna. Number 44, Janae Samelli. Assistant coaches for East are John Satini, Kabasoa, Annie Bushman, and Lester Howtown. And now, if the reserves would please leave the court and go to your benches. And to start. And now, let's introduce the starting lineups for today's game. First, from Timpview, a junior at point guard, number 2, Madeline Bolton. From East, a junior at guard, number 1, Ray Valatea. From Timpview, a junior at guard, number 4, Ella Bone. From East, at guard, junior number 2, Ina Satini.
Welcome inside the Lifetime Activity Center on the campus of Salt Lake Community College for the 5A Girls Basketball Championship game on Deseret News and live.ksl.com. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. And Dane, we have an absolute great game on tap tonight, or this afternoon, between East and Timpview.
Yeah, going to be a fantastic game. I mean, you look at the East Leopards, Dusty, and I mean, we saw them early on in the year. Wonder if there'd be anyone that could stop them. They had a hiccup in region. They've overcome it. Overcame a really difficult semifinal game yesterday against Highland. They are on a run and a roll. And how about Timpview knocking off the defending 4A state champions in the other 5A semifinal yesterday, and talking with both these staffs before the games, had a lot of respect for the other squad. They know tonight has the potential to be a real barn burner of a 5A state championship game.
Olasaya Solivi, second-year coach at East. He came over. His daughters were on the team. This is a guy with an amazing story, and we'll talk about that throughout the game. But when you look at this team as East is constructed, they made a deep run in the tournament a year ago, and they were a team that we were kind of surprised by. We didn't know exactly what to make of them. We knew that the Falatea sisters transferred over to the school and thought that would give them a boost, and boy, did it ever.
It did, and Desiree had an outstanding semifinal game, Dusty, but this East team had a lot of talent even without the Falateas. Kaituu was returning. I mean, they had some pieces from that squad last year. The Falateas really just supported that, and wow, I mean, they have turned this into an absolute power up on the hill. Boy, that sounds familiar, huh?
Amy Darius, the head coach at Timpview, she's excited. These girls got over the hump, getting to this championship game, and they are set and ready to go. Kaituu and Pope jumping it. And we will start with the T-Birds. Shaylin Fano, kick up top to Bolton. Espinoza on the angle, or pardon me, to the corner with, that was Ross. Ross working on Kaituu, stuck along the baseline, sends out to Espinoza, who made the big free throws down the stretch to knock off Skyline, and Fano loses the handle. Here comes Satini, give it up. Lane Falatea, jackknife it up and in, and it's 2-0 East.
You know, we mentioned Desiree had the big game yesterday, but Leilani has that potential to score as well. They've been a fantastic two-headed monster for East. Is Kaituu able to gather the loose ball?
2 turnovers to start, and I know Coach Doria, she told us before the game that they want to play up and down, they want to play their game, but they have got to get back and keep East from getting in the run. And they certainly turn the ball over, but they are getting back on defense. She wants to make East play half-court offense.
Yeah, she wants to make East earn it. And it was one of the things we mentioned in the semifinal yesterday against Skyline. They maybe learned a little bit about they got to execute in the half-court set, and how about that three-pointer in the half-court set?
Taului knocking down the tray, and it's a quick 5-0 start for the Leopards.
Dusty, if you remember yesterday in the semifinal, she took, I think, 3 threes in the contest, and all of them were awfully close. None of them went in, but, I mean, we kind of learned, hey, she obviously has that capability.
Going the other way, Desiree Falatea, no call on the contact on the missed layup. Coming back, Fano goes right at Talasili. No call on that contact. You're going to let him play here to get started in this one.
And that time, you know, Talia Uli was straight up, maybe moving a little bit, trying to retreat to get back. No call, and I don't mind that, letting them play a little bit here in the championship.
Espinoza in transition. Can't get the J to fall. And then Tailauli comes down with the rebound.
You know, talking with Coach Solovi before the game, and he just said, you know, we don't have a lot to really change. We are who we are. We're going to let the girls play. And tell you what, already, Dusty, I would say the East defensively looks really sharp and prepared for this championship game. I'd say better than they were yesterday.
Desiree Falatea steps inside the free throw line, knocks down the jumper, and it's a quick 7-0 start for the Leopards.
This is about the time where you would probably see it. Coaches take some time out, just trying to settle down the troops, is Pope.
Pope puts on an exhibition there, wraps around the back, goes coast to coast, and finishes at the rim, and Timpview now with their first points.
And East, they'll throw that pressure, that full court, three-quarter court pressure on. Able to get the ball to Pope, but she does a fantastic job just penetrating.
Kaituu blocked by Pope. Going the other way. Ella, give it up to Espinoza, and it's 7-4.
Got to stay home when you're running the floor, and that time Talia Uli maybe comes to the inside of the floor a little too early. The backside exposed, fielded by Espinoza, who lays it in. Fantastic job by Timpview getting up the floor, and 2 quick buckets here in the last 50 seconds.
Desiree Falatea working off the dribble, taking Ross, and it's knocked out of bounds by Fano, and will stay here with the Leopards.
You know, one of the things that you have to really appreciate, talking with Timpview, the coach before the game, she said, you know, that semifinal against Skyline put on a big run, and our team, you know, kind of maintained composure, and they were able to pull it out. And I mean, right here, you know, they fell down 7-0, but you see an added emphasis from Timpview on both ends of the floor.
How about Satini steps into a 3? She was quiet yesterday. This is one of our favorite point guards in the all of the state of Utah, and knocks down that triple.
How about 4 different scorers for East on their first 10 points? Nice balance early on.
Falatea with the steal. Sends ahead to Satini. Transition. Falatea for 3. Nearly banked that in. Ella Pope able to challenge it. Falatea with her own rebound and lays it in. Timeout, Timpview. 4:03 left in the first. East up 12-4. After the timeout from Timpview, see if they can settle themselves in. It looked like they were settling in, and East I got to tell you, I love Coach Levy in our conversation. He's like, I don't know which team will show up, so I'm not going to say a whole lot because he's not quite sure. Well, he's got a focused group out here to start this ball game.
Boy, they are, and what a luxury when you know that your girls can motivate themselves. This is a motivated bunch, Dusty. He was feeling very calm and collected on the bench before the game, and he sent his team to the locker room, and he was without them for a good 10-15 minutes, just kind of let them go and talk it out, get themselves ready, and boy, they've been ready here in the early start.
I would say both these coaches were very calm.
Yeah.
Coach Dorius, he was really funny. Took a couple of jabs at a certain person on this broadcast. I actually really thought it was funny, even though it was directed at me. And Kaitu'u thought she had a steal, but she stepped out of bounds. But I thought it was hilarious. First thing she says to us, the first time we got to meet her, she says, "Thank you for not picking us."
Let's be honest, it could have been directed at me too, Dusty. I whiffed on both girls' championship games, so.
Yeah, well, okay.
We both have our moments.
I did assure her we weren't doing picks. As,
yeah.
Ella Pope with another terrific take and finish, and it's 12-6. I tell you, that's why we love covering girls basketball. We get such a great response, and it's been a blast this year. Jumper off the mark, and Ella Pope with another rebound sends ahead to Fano.
You see Timpview right there again trying to press the ball up the floor quickly. East able to get back and forcing Timpview to slow things up a little bit. So far, it's been the Leopards that have been the winners in that battle.
The scrum, out comes Kaitu'u. Pope hits the deck, ball still loose. And now we'll have a foul on Kaitu'u. She comes from behind. She's frustrated on the, she thought she was fouled on the take.
Boy, I think Kaitu'u just missed an opportunity there. I mean, she's got the fast break, and I think it was Pope who was trying to draw the charge, and Kaitu'u kind of left the basketball, tried to spin and didn't have a good enough handle, had to come back for it and ends up turning the ball over. Nice job by Pope on what looked to be another fairly easy transitional bucket for the Leopards.
Fano will pull up inside the free throw line, can't get the hit. Timpview tracks down a loose ball. Fano back to Pope. Fa'amausili with the defensive pressure, and Pope dribbles it out of bounds. Got to tell you, Coach Salivi, we had a long conversation. We'll talk about it when we come back. Timeout, 2:38 left in the first quarter. East leading by 6. Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College, the 5A Girls State Championship game, and now Timpview can extend the pressure. Pritchard back over to Falatea. Now Desiree, she'll pull up the junction jumper back rim. Fa'amausili gets the board, can't finish it. Kaitu'u comes down with an offensive rebound. She's fouled by Fano, and it'll be Kaitu'u with 2 free throws.
Boy, not an easy play right there for Kaitu'u. First of all, a contested rebound. She's just able to utilize her strength to bring it down, and then having to go up in traffic. Nice little step through the defense. Been impressed with Kaitu'u in the early going. Defensively, she's generated a couple steals already, and her first point of the ball game coming there from the line.
Free throw is good, as Satini comes in the game for Desiree Falatea. A rare subbing of Falatea's.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very much. And maybe if you're Timpview, you try to attack it and take advantage of Desiree being off the floor.
Kaitu'u splits the pair. Pope with the rebound, quick down the floor. Here's Espinoza. Cannot hit. She's 0 for to start this one. We talked to Coach Doris, when we asked her about the differences, and she said, you know, having Espinoza back, she hurt her knee last year. You see her wearing the Don Joy A22 knee brace. And so her coming back kind of settled this team in and gave them a lot more confidence.
You know, they're really, I mean, they're fully staffed this year, right? They had a couple of injuries last year. We're missing some personnel, but this year, a full go by the entire roster, and it makes a big difference. But you talk about Espinoza, she had a big quarterfinal game, was really key in Timpview advancing.
Foul goes on Pritchard. Another interesting note for East, we had some number changes. As get to learn some things we'll share in just a minute. Here's Fano, goes right at foul. Masili, take the bump, get the bucket, and Fano will go to the line looking for the three-point play.
Fano in that semifinal game, she had to deal with one of the better defenders in the state, Madison Grange, and Fano still came away with 12 points. She's a really great scorer, and it's a good sign for Timpview to have her find offensive success and an opportunity here with a three-point play as they continue to try to come back, Dusty, from what was an 8-point deficit.
Fano cannot get the board. Pritchard pulls it down. But back to that note, Coach Solivi told us, you know, we didn't have our uniforms till about, what did he say, second week into the season?
Yeah.
In region, I think he said. He said before that we were piecing together boys' uniforms. Nice take, and Fano will pick up the foul. I believe that's number 2 on Fano. And it will put Talia Lauli at the line.
Boy, in that one, I don't think that Fano loved the call, and I think that's tough. She got a lot of basketball on that play, and if you look at who's trying to generate the contact inside, it's Talia Uli. I'm a little surprised at that call, but Talia Uli, the benefactor, and able to hit the front end of her trip to the line.
First free throw off the mark. Got one more.
Now Fano to the bench with her second foul. So a big piece for Timpview on the bench right now in foul trouble.
Quickly up the floor, Espinoza got inside, and she is swatted away by Lonnie Taia-Lauli. And the East fan base a little jacked up to get started.
What an opening quarter for Talia Uli, huh?
And Lonnie makes her impact, and Pritchard with the steal on the inbound. If you watch Bingham filmed in that game, you don't want to inbound to the backcourt. 3 on the way and off the mark for Falatea. And there's 1 minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Yeah, she knew that shot was off the moment she shot it. Glazer with the rebound. Glazer also had a really nice semifinal game. Number 22 right now trying to fill in time with with Fano on the bench.
Trying to make that move inside, nothing doing. Send out Espinoza. There's a way to finally get off the Schneid. Espinoza knocks down the tray, and it's a 3-point ball game.
That's her shot. I mean, I mentioned her quarterfinal performance. I think, I don't recall exactly. I think it was she hit 3 threes and had 18 points, if I recall correctly, in their quarters win. She can really stroke it from beyond the arc.
Ball out of bounds off of Timpview and will stay here.
What was a dreadful start for the T-Birds now. Starting to come back, Dusty. Turning heads a little bit here.
Into the corner, Satini. Her second triple of the quarter. 20 seconds left in the opening frame. Kaitu'u picks up a foul and might have gotten all ball there, but optics didn't look good. Her second personal. 16 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And Kaitu'u going to stay in the ball game here. Fano with 2, Kaitu'u with 2.
Ball on the baseline. There's Glazer, and there's a steal. Pritchard ahead with 9 seconds. Pritchard gives this one up. Satini with 5. 3. Falatea steps into a 3. And what a way to end the first quarter. East 20, Timpview 11. You're watching the 5A Girls State Championship. Start of the second quarter, the 5A Girls State Championship game. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. And what a start for the East Leopards, Dane.
Wow, they look good. Both ends of the floor, Dusty. And I think, not surprised that East is able to score points. We knew that they had that ability, but the defense has been what's been impressive to me. Seen a lot of forced turnovers. Fantastic job. I think right now East is winning in terms of the style they want to play.
Desiree Falatea knocks down the jumper, and the Falatea sisters having themselves quite the first half. Fano back on the floor with the 2 fouls. Give it up. Jumper from Espinoza. Back rimmed, and the rebound into the hands of the East Leopards.
Falatea is combined for 11 points right now. Half of the East scoring coming from the transfers in.
Taliauli, nice take and finish. Lonnie having a good first half. We're going to say that about a lot of gals. Timeout, Timpview, 7:07 left in the half. East leading by 13. .707 left in the first half. The East High Leopards 24 and the Timpview T-Birds 11. And no signs of things changing. This does look a lot like that first half of yesterday. Timpview have a little more success offensively than Highland. As that ball goes out of bounds, oh my goodness. And a foul will go on on Falatea. Leilani Falatea. But the funny note that we got from Coach Levy is that the Falatea sisters transferred to East. He said it was funny because their dad, who's a football coach, he's not an East fan, to use lighter words.
Yeah. And now he finds himself having to wear that red and white.
Oh,
cheering
nice.
on his daughters.
Ella Pope. The bright spot in this first half has been Ella Pope. She's rebounded the ball extremely well, and she's finished some terrific takes.
Yeah, and right now they really need her to kind of keep them in it as Timpview figures out how to slow down East. You need some of your experienced players to kind of provide the stay, right? Keep you in the ball game, not let it get too far out of reach. It's tough to come back from huge deficits.
Lane Falatea, man, she a workman's bucket there. As Espinoza, is that one stolen by Falatea. She sends ahead to Satini. Margarita, reverse it, score it, as she'll go to the line.
The second quarter starting much like the first, Dusty. Turnovers by Timpview. East able to cash in. It's Leilani Falatea disrupting the pass and then throwing ahead for Satini, able to finish with a tough reverse through contact. Man, this East team, tell you what, they look like they did when we saw them early season.
This looks like the Bingham game.
It does, and we mentioned their region. I think it was the toughest region in girls basketball. Region 6 was no joke. Skyline, Highland. I mean, they got slowed up a little bit, but man, when they play teams that want to run, the advantage is pretty clear in favor of the Leopards.
And you think of 3 teams from that region make it to the semifinals.
And 2 of those teams are slow you down teams, right? Skyline and Highland, the ones that were able to really maintain striking distance with East, largely due to their defense. And for Timpview today, the offense is led to their undoing here in the first half.
Timpview having a hard time finding some room here. Pope cross court to Bolton. Bolton now back into Pope. And there's a steal. Coming the other way, Desiree Falatea, Pope there, and a foul. It'll put Desiree Falatea at the line shooting 2.
First foul on Pope. You just don't really understand how quickly East can close down the gaps until you play them. And it's one of those where Pope trying to outlet the basketball. It's a dangerous pass. You're throwing across the floor. But Falatea just closes down on that gap so quickly. And it leads to points at the other end.
Coming into the game now, Falma Sealy coming in.
You know, the interesting thing, Dusty, you made the comment, this looks a little like the East Highland game yesterday. That score, if I recall correctly, was 27-11 at half. Is that right?
If I remember right, that's what I was actually looking up here.
But that was at half. And it's now 31-13. I mean, East having a lot more success.
It was
here.
27-11 at the half. They scored 44 points yesterday. Off the steal, Kaitu'u. She tried to get the flyby, missed it, get her own board, can't get it. Luckily did not pick up her third personal foul there on that swing to keep the ball alive.
Boy,
here comes Kane.
Too.
Kane going at Falatea. And it'll be a charge. And Kane shook up on the play, and that's number 2.
Pope.
Oh, probably Pope. What am I doing?
I was like, huh, okay. It's all good. So that's 2 on Pope, 2 on Fano. This is foul trouble for the real key players for Timpview here, and we're not even midway through the second quarter.
Up top, Satini. Into the corner, 3 on the way. Falatea can't get it. Rebound taken by Fano. She's got Kane ahead. Pritchard giving chase. Pope. And then no foul on the contact, will inbound along the baseline. Thought that'd be a 2-shot foul.
Yeah, he
there.
had the arm in the air. I thought we were going to get a foul call. Instead, nothing there, and ruled a legal defensive play.
Got some frustrated Faithful. Got to get in, does to Pope. She's tied up in the paint, sends out, jumper on the way and short. Rebound taken by Falatea.
Hard to get rebounds when you're so focused on trying to get back to stop the runs.
And Pritchard knocks down the little jumper, and it's a 20-point lead.
Pritchard had a real nice semi. Here's another steal.
Satini with the steal and the lay-in. This full court pressure just absolutely getting to Timpview, and there'll be a cheap foul given up by Satini and Coach Solivi.
I should call it on Pritchard. I thought it was on Satini too, but I saw her hold up. Oh, no, she held up 1 and 1. Yeah.
But Coach Solivi can't put his hands up. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's not.
We know we want steals. We know we want fast break, but got to be smart at the same time.
Somewhere you're wondering if Jalen Warren's gotten loose. The way this one's going, 35-13.
You know what was interesting? I mean, talking with Coach Solivi, he's the offensive coordinator on the football team. And he said, you know, when I took this girls' job, it's his second year here. He's building this program and done a fantastic job. He said, you know, I just took what we do for football and I incorporated in basketball. He's right, it's 35-13. We're not even at halftime yet.
Somewhere they're going to be running that wide veer to close out the half. Jumper inside the arc, can't get it. Lonnie gets her own board, can't hit the second as well, and Fano pulls down the rebound. Here comes an opportunity to get in the open court, give it up Espinoza. And Espinoza foul by Desiree Falatea, wipe off the bucket. Should be a 2-shot foul here.
Desiree had tried to pull back and not give that foul up, but with the body contact there and Espinoza coming down, that's a pretty easy call for the official right under the hoop.
You mentioned earlier that quarterfinal game, Jasmine Espinoza was 70% from the field, shooting 7 of 10, 2 of 2 from 3, 18 points in that 63-58 win over Timpanogos.
They could use that here. I mean,
pardon me, that was on February 4th. You pointed out I messed up, so it just showed how good she can be from the floor.
Oh, got it.
When you don't look at dates on tweets.
Yeah. Huh? Well, maybe that was a predictive tweet, huh?
As Espinoza back rims the first, and a first half that Jasmine would like to forget.
You know, if you're Timpview, I think right now you just remind your team East was in a similar situation yesterday, and Highland was able to come back. This ball game not over, but you've got to start making plays when the opportunities present themselves. Espinoza going 1 of 2 on the trip.
Up the floor now, Falatea, 35-14. Here's Kaitu'u sent in the corner. Talioli knocks down her second 3 of the half. My oh my, this kind of feels like Springville Olympus last year in the 4A championship in the boys side. Pope, hard take, can't get it. And Pope's gonna have to play the role of Ryland Jones if Timpview's gonna come back.
Yeah, they're gonna need a couple Ryland Jones. This thing on the verge of really getting away from Timpview. 24-point lead, and you mentioned, you know, Coach Solovey, our discussion with him, he said, you know, I don't know if we're gonna get blown out, if it's gonna be tight. He didn't throw out the possibility of East running away with this. Do you remember that?
No,
that was not in the list. I don't know that he expected them to be quite like this.
And now a call against Timpview. Lane violation on the T-Birds. So really nothing going right. Coming back down the floor as they got Kennedy White for being in the lane. Talia Auli can't get that one to go, and Pope pulls down the rebound, hands back to Fano with 3:10 remaining in the half.
Boy, maybe a bit of a heat check, huh, for the East Center. Hitting a pair of threes already, and that one uncontested again, nearly hit her third.
3 on the way, and good. A welcome sign, Taylor Ross from downtown. Full timeout taken, 38-17 East with 2:57 left in the half. Late in the first half, full court pressure still on from Timpview. East able to break it in one pass. Here's Falatea. We got a new number out there for the Leopards. Will try to pick that one up. Talia Oli sends that across court to Lane Falatea. Lane up to Kaitu'u. Try to fit that one into Kaitu'u. She's able to save it to the corner. Falatea strong on the 3. The ball still loose, and East able to come away with it. Lob it inside. Talia Uli lost the handle off her knee and will go the other way.
Boy, maybe got away with a bit of a travel on the inside, that loose ball, but East able to maintain possession. I love what East is doing offensively. Obviously, the pressure is getting them fast break opportunities. But Kaitu'u holds the ball up top, runs through the lane. It would have been a great look had they been able to connect on the pass.
No contact on the first one. Talia Uli picks up the foul, and it's a +1.
Nice job by Kennedy White. You know, one of the things I just mentioned a moment ago was it's hard to commit yourself to offensive rebounding when you're so concerned about getting back. Fano misses the first opportunity, and White able to run to the rim, get the rebound. And once again, we have issues here with are horn operators and basketballs. There was an issue yesterday in a semifinal.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's a +1 here for White. And crawls it home. Checking in now is Madeline Bolton. She'll come in for White. 2:07 remaining in the half and an 18-point lead for East. And Timpview, to make this thing interesting in the second half, needs to close out this last 2 minutes. Kaitu'u, Talia Auli.
Surprised she didn't take that shot, huh?
Yes. Outside, Kaitu'u. Give it up, Satini, straight away. Margarita backing out. Falatea. Lane sends it back up top. Now the corner. Talia Uli sends up top to Lane Falatea. Here's Satini, steps into a 3. Back rimmed, and Talia Uli got the board and the bucket. That's a mismatch when you got Espinoza down there trying to stop her.
How about 11 points for Lane Talia Uli? And we're just in the first half. What a game for her.
Espinoza along the baseline. Got stuck, up nearly a steal. Fano gets around the defenders, can't finish, gets her own rebound, and made that a really good-looking 2-point shot up to the degree of difficulty. 1 minute remaining in the half.
Back to the basket, using the glass. Not bad, huh?
No. Satini sends to the corner. Cross court, Kaitu'u for 3, and it crawls home. That's the first half it's been for the East Leopards. 35 seconds remaining. Pope will draw the charge or the block on Kaitu'u. That'll be number 3. No, they're gonna call this on. They call that on Lani Falatea?
Not quite sure. I didn't.
He did.
He did. So fortunate there for East. I think you take that, right? Rather have 2 on Falatea than 3 on Kaitu'u.
They spread out those 10 fouls. As Pope knocks down the first free throw, 34.5 seconds left in the half. And I mentioned yesterday about burning tape. He's just going to scroll to halftime and hit delete.
You know, East did not execute very well at the end of the first half yesterday, or the end of the third quarter yesterday. They had a double-digit lead, a couple of turnovers, Highland able to claw back. You wonder if they learned their lesson. Timpview, obviously, you're going to try to chip this down as much as you can. I wouldn't be surprised to see East hold here for the last shot.
And that's where we'd see if they learned their lesson from yesterday. As Satini working on Pope. Margarita hand back to Lane Falatea. Nice move. Falatea sends out Satini. Pump a 3, try to lob that one in. Talia Lauli able to keep that one alive. Falatea now in the corner, work it up top. It could end just like the first quarter. Pull for 3, and banked home. We don't have a 22 on our roster. And that was Tausinga for 3. And we go to halftime. East 46, Timpview 24. You're watching the 5A Girls Championship game on Deseret News and live.ksl.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, each year the Utah High School Activities Association has sponsored an academic all-state team to recognize those young women who have excelled in the classroom as well as in the competition. The Deseret News is joined with the UHSAA as the title sponsor for this prestigious award. Representing The UHSAA Executive Committee, Rob Cuff, Executive Director, and Jan Whitaker, Assistant Director, who will present the awards to these outstanding scholar athletes. And here are the academic all-staters for the 5A girls basketball. From box elder, Camry Curtis. Also from box elder, Adriana McKee. Also box elder, Kylie Mortensen. From Brighton, Sydney Kaufman. Also from Brighton, Macy Radden. From Corner Canyon, Nicole Critchfield. From Corner Canyon, Hannah Sanderson. From Cottonwood, Elena Ibanez. From Jordan, Peyton Naylor. From Maple Mountain, Haley Green. From Murray, Tasia Stevens. From Roy, Laura Hadley. Also from Roy, Josie Williams. From Timpanogos, Kendra Middleton. From Timpview, Hannah Glazer. From Wasatch, Ashlyn Burley. Also from Wasatch, Hannah Johnston. And from West, Sakara Beckenroth. These young women were selected to this team on the basis of their athletic ability and academic proficiency. It might have been interesting to know the combined grade point average of this team is a mere 4.0. Please join in this red news for the UHSAA and congratulate these young women with a warm round of applause. Your academic all-state girls basketball team for 5A 2018. Great job, ladies. the scorekeepers for Bingham and Fremont to the desk, please. The scorekeepers for Fremont and Bingham to the desk, please. Derek from Utah would like to wish all participants good luck in today's event. Remember to refuel with chocolate milk for all the nutrition you need to help perform your best. Plus, it tastes great.
Welcome back to Salt Lake Community College, the 5A Girls State Championship game. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart with you. And Dane, my goodness gracious, what a first half for East. Everybody knocking in threes.
I mean, it was a party, man. You know, you've got Talia Uli, who hit 2 of them, 3 of them. I lost count.
She hit 3.
Valatea hit a couple. Man, we were talking, Dusty, at half. How many threes did East miss? They made more than they missed, and they made a lot of them. And it's been one of the big reasons why they've got the lead they have now is the second half starts much like the first.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where Coach Dorius is in at halftime. Hey, just take care of the basketball. We chip away at this thing, and opening possession, you throw the ball out of bounds without even getting a look at the rim. Up the floor, Satini now on the angle with Valatea. Lane gives it back to Margarita, and they're going to weave it. Talia Uli trying to force that one in. It's picked off going the other way. Coast to coast, kisses off the window, no. Pope with the rebound. She's fouled. They'll go to the line. The foul will be charged to Desiree Valatea.
Boy, one of those where Ross running the break never really gets set. Her balance is off as East running to get back and throws up a shot that isn't squared, not off great footing, but Pope there for the rebound. And good to see Ella Pope start off the second half making the free throw. It's the same thing we talked about yesterday, Jesse. It's a big deficit. Just got to chip away. Got to see an increase on the defensive end, like what they did on the first possession. They'll obviously have to do that several more times in the second half.
Pope knocks down the free throws, and it's a 20-point game. Saw yesterday the lead evaporate for the Leopards as Highland was able to get back into it. Timpview a little more high-powered offensively. They also have foul trouble on the floor, and Pope and Fano, the 2 scorers for the T-Birds. Nice steal, but Talia Uli had it back. It's still loose. Pope chasing after it. Ball still on the floor, and now a timeout granted to Timpview. I actually thought she had possession. Timeout on the floor. 6:59 left in the third.
New sponsor team comes from UHSAA Championships. As the news award presentation will be held immediately following this game.
Back on the floor after the timeout. There's Ross. Pope on the drive, leaves it for Fano. Fano ball fakes and goes right into Desiree Valatea. And to start out the third quarter, that's 2 quick fouls. And I believe that's her third.
It is. Yeah, and really like the aggressive nature of Fano to start this second half. You know, East is still playing really, really well defensively. Everything being earned right now by Timpview. But again, you get a chance to go to the line, you got to make them. Good start for Timpview here from 15 feet in the second half. Inside of 20. The defense has been there for Timpview, has forced a couple turnovers.
Quickly up the floor. 18-point lead, and see if Timpview, they got to have stops, you got to get buckets. Make the 5A game interesting. Talia Uli, the jumper from Tasinga doesn't go, and the rebound to Fano. Got some numbers. She's got Pope on the left. Fano right to the rim. And it's a 16-point game.
Dusty, East being a little sluggish here to start the second half, much like they were yesterday in the semi against Highland.
And Valatea can't hit. Tasinga with the backside board. Tries to throw that inside. Espinoza knocked it free on the run now at the T-Birds. Fano inside Espinoza. She left it short. Got her own board blocked by Kaitu.
Wow, Espinoza had an opportunity.
Beautiful look from Fano, and Espinoza unable to capitalize. Would have made it a 14-point game. Let's remember that one. If East scores here, that's one that hurts.
That's a big swing in momentum. I mean, you could just feel Timpview, the fans cheering for the first time in a while, trying to get the defense here picked up for the T-Birds. Could use a big stop. East being much more patient here than they were in the second half yesterday and than they've shown in the first couple of minutes in this third quarter.
Coach Solivi told us pregame, he said, yesterday we asked him what happened in that comeback. He said, hey, told our girls to take some time. He said, they just kind of did their own thing. Talia Auli left that one short. Loose ball taken by Pope, and there's going to be a foul on Kaitu'u, and that'll be number 4 if it is charged to her.
Might be on Satini. No, you're right, Dusty. Is that 4 or 3? Because remember they had the one earlier that they actually moved off of Kaitu'u, I thought.
3rd, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I was still thinking that one on that
right,
trap.
Right, yeah. Here's the other thing, Dusty. We said it, well, I said it all day long because I'm a conspiracy theorist kind of guy. The basket to the right has not been friendly yesterday nor today.
Well, the one on the left is friendly. We saw those shots fall in for East as Fano knocks down I should say not banks in that shot. It's now a 14-point game. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in third.
An 8-0 run put on by Timpview in the first 3.5 minutes here in the third quarter.
Love the take by Margarita Satini, and that's when you go to that spread. It'll open things up for her. As now Pope, they got some numbers as Fano goes to the middle of the floor. Fano goes hard to the hole and is fouled, and we'll see who this goes on. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Fano, and that will go on Talia Auli. They'll have 2 free throws.
Her second personal, and 4 team fouls, Dusty, on East. I mean, we're not even midway through the third quarter.
And Fano can't hit. Fa'amasili comes on for Kaitu'u. Big lineup on the floor right now for Coach Solivi. Fano goes 0 for 2. Loose ball still there. Espinoza cannot hit the jumper. There goes 4-point opportunity by the wayside with 0 points. Quickly ahead, Fa'amasili underneath. She's fouled, and it'll be 2 free throws.
I think Espinoza going to pick this up. Likely be her second personal. Boy, and missed opportunities, Dusty. 2 free throws for Fano that she misses. They get the offensive rebound, and unable for Espinoza, who she's hit a couple shots, but Dusty, I don't think that she's been as sharp as she has been earlier in this tournament. It's been a bit of a tough afternoon for Jasmine Espinoza.
Fa'amasili misses the first.
And East leaving Timpview in this thing. It's 16 points right now, could very easily be 12. But Timpview coming out with a different mindset, a better aggression, be more controlled on both ends of the floor. I expect them to make this a basketball game here still in the second half.
The second crawls home, hit every part of the rim as it goes down. As Fa'amasili splits the pair. Glazier comes on the floor for Ross.
Take a moment. How about Hannah Glazier? She was honored at halftime, a member of the 5A All-Academic team. Congratulations to her on that great accomplishment for herself and representing the T-Birds.
Glazier outside. Here comes Espinoza. Got nearly traveled there. Fano making her way through the lane, and luckily Talia Auli did not pick up the foul there. It's a nice take and finish by Fano. 3:45 left.
One of the things we mentioned earlier in this game was Skyline through Madison Grange on Fano, and she only scored 12 points. She's got 12 right now. 8 points in the quarter for Shea Fano, and they are making a concerted effort to get number 5 the basketball and incorporate her on the offensive end.
Lane Falatea with the shooter's touch. And it's an 18-point game. All that hard work to get these buckets, and then a 3-pointer is Fano being tracked down from behind, and the foul goes on Falatea. She might have got it cleanly, but anytime you end up with that inside hip, You're going to get that call, and it's a third personal on Lane.
Yeah, I actually thought that Satini was going to have an opportunity to poke that ball away from the backside. Maybe if Falatay waited for just a second longer, would have had enough time for Satini to come steal it away.
East up 18 in the 5A championship. .313 left in the third quarter. As Timpview looking for a big bucket here. Keep trying to chip away at this one. Pope sends out, thought about the jumper, held on to it, cannot get the bucket. Lane Falatea comes away with it. It's a good idea, but Glazer cannot get it to fall. Satini tried to drop that one inside, and Fano luckily not to pick up number 3. And inbound along the baseline.
Boy, Glazer did a great job, Dusty, really setting herself up with a good shot. Leaked out, use of the pump fake. One of those where Timpview able to get an opportunity, just couldn't finish it.
Talia Oli, oh nice, beautiful look. And Fa'ama Sili lays it in, and it's back to 20 points. I was gonna say, for Timpview to make this a interesting fourth quarter, they gotta get this to 10. And oh, what a rip, Falatea. Lane Falatea with the steal and the bucket. Just like that, all that work is literally erased as it's now back to a 22-point game.
Boy, Timpview had this, what, to 14, Dusty?
And that's it, 2.
Yeah, Espinoza hits the 2 there. Boy, they were right there getting it back to single digits. We had kind of talked about, you had a feeling that there was going to be a 4-minute stretch in this ball game where this game was maybe going to hinge and had an opportunity to go one or two ways. That moment, I think, hit about 3 minutes ago, and East has responded, and responded well.
And East could track that one down because it was off the hands of Bolton, so it was not backcourt. Here's Satini, steps into a 3, can't get it. Fano knocks it loose, and up the floor we go with Bolton. Pope, give it up Espinoza. Espinoza on the runner, left it short. Rebound taken by East, and another missed opportunity as Espinoza was frustrated and wanted a foul. Pritchard sends it over to Satini. They're going to take some time here. Minute 20 remaining in the third. Fa'amausili muscles it up and in. How about Fa'amausili in the third quarter? That's 5 points.
Yeah, she's been spectacular here in the third. We mentioned the run put on by Timpview, and largely you could say it's Fa'amausili that's been the answer for the Leopards. Falatea also with 5 points in the quarter, but Fa'amausili has been stellar inside.
Pope on the take into Fa'amausili, no call on the contact. Again, contact, and it'll be the 4th personal foul on Talia Auli. Kaitu'u will come off the bench, and it'll be 2 free throws for Glazer.
Her third personal, yep. Surprised, I thought that we may have had a foul a little earlier on the interior. Wasn't called, and Glazer now with the opportunity at the line, who had a nice semi, but today it's She hasn't had as much playing time. She's had a couple opportunities, but those are her first points on the night.
Blazer knocked down the first and the second. Timpview came out of that full court pressure. Ross waiting on Satini around midcourt. 48 seconds on the rolling clock. Satini working on Ross. Here's Pritchard out to Kaitu'u. She has not been aggressive, but she's also had foul trouble. Pirouette in the lane, can't crawl it home. And now a foul on the rebound on Pritchard. It'll be 1-on-1 free throws on the other end of the floor. 17th foul on East. There is one team foul on Timpview in the third quarter with 33 seconds left. We'll say a lot of that's because of jumpers.
Yeah, a lot of it is how teams are playing, right? And East, certainly from the opening tip, Dusty, they've been more aggressive defensively, put a lot more pressure on. Typically, you're going to get more foul calls in those types of situations. But I think East was so aggressive in the early going, and those first couple of minutes of this third quarter, maybe didn't play as well defensively, not quite as sound, and picked up, we had mentioned, 4 fouls in the first 3 minutes or so. So still on about the same pace are the Leopards.
Pope knocked down the first and the second. 18-point game. 33 seconds left. Imagine East Coach Levy's going to want the last shot. Satini on the yo-yo. With the blow by, and then Kaitu'u able to track that one down. Kaitu'u up top. East has hit every shot in the first 2 quarters at the horn. Fa'amasili left that too strong. Pope lost the handle. Falatea left it short. White, we won't get a shot off the end of third quarter. East goes to the fourth, 58-40 in the 5A Girls State Championship. Start of the fourth quarter, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you. East leading 58-40. I gotta go back and look the last time East won a Girls State Championship.
Yeah, it's probably been a while. I mean, we talk about the rebuild job of Coach Solovey.
And Pope's gonna have something to say about it with the steal, and it's now a 16-point game.
That rebuild, this has not been a real strong program over the years, Dusty. I mean, last year they had a big upset in the tournament. This year certainly have built on that as they've made it all the way to the final. But
Falatea turns it over. Here comes Ross. East has numbers on the other end. Ross has that one ripped away by Satini.
She's hurt.
And Ross is down the floor. She landed on her knee. Satini takes a bump, no call, and lays it in. Timeout on the floor as Ross still yet to get up. and Ross being carried off the floor. As we're watching kind of the doctor go through a bunch of different things, notice when he got to a certain point in her leg, she didn't like what he's asked her about pain.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough to really see what happened. We don't have the benefit of replay here, but I really thought, Dusty, as she made that drive, that something happened where she started to collapse before coming down on the floor. And don't know if that's a ligament or what there is. Certainly not a doctor, not going to speculate. I just stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, but you hope that she's going to be okay. They had to carry her off the floor, and she looks to be in a lot of pain right now on the bench.
Espinoza thought she'd be able to get a foul on East and didn't get it. Here's Falatea up top. Talia Auli sends it across the court to Kaitu'u. Now up top, Satini is Coach Levy going to take advantage of no shot clock. Tried to bleed this thing out. Kaitu'u send out Desiree cross court to Lane Falatea. Lane sends up top Satini. Not looking for a shot here. East going to try to take the air out of the basketball, and really the clock is not the friend of Timpview at the moment. Falatea can't get the shot to fall. Fano grabs a rebound. Quickly on the run. Fano tries to fit it in and does. Espinoza is roofed by Talia Auli. And right back down the floor comes East.
Timpview trying to throw some pressure right now, and Bolton chasing.
She's got to feel like a girls soccer player at the moment. The ball doesn't move that quickly. Kaitu'u guarded by Glazer. Glazer nearly with the steal. Coming over the other side, Bolton got it. Up the floor, Pope. Fits it in, Espinoza. Too strong off the glass, and just not the day. You can tell Jasmine really, really frustrated. Falatea, jumper in the lane, crawls home. Timeout, Timpview. It's all East. They lead by 20 with 5:40 left in the championship.
Timpview sponsors the team trophies for our UHSAA championship. Timpview's award presentations will be held immediately following the game, so stick around. Also, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder, after the game, no one is allowed on the court. No spectators allowed on the court after the game.
Out of the timeout, quick up the floor. Pope into the corner. Hard take, can't finish. And another rebound to Desiree Falatea, now a foul. As there was Arden Jansen that could not get that bucket to fall. We get the floor. Talia Auli sends it out to Falatea. Satini had to go track that one down. Oh, there's the steal from Jansen, but she couldn't get to the ball. And they'll stay here. Talia Auli. Now Lane Falatea. Hands off to Desiree. Now to Satini. Lonnie hands back to Desiree. And unlike yesterday, Coach Levy kind of getting what he wants. He said yesterday he tried to do this, and the girls they got a shot and they wanted to take it. And now a foul. They'll go on Madeline Bolton. That's only the third team foul on Timpview.
Tell you what, Timpview's still running around defensively, Dusty. There's not a lot of give up in the T-Birds out here. I mean, it certainly looks grim. It doesn't look like they're going to get what they had hoped for coming in, but defensively they're still running around trying to generate steals. Not going to make running out the clock easy on the Leopards.
Dane, my research, back to 1976, East has not won a girls' state championship.
Yeah, I conducted the same research, Dusty, and I found the same result.
By the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses. So this could be the first state championship since 1976. As Kaitu'u hard of the hole and finishes.
Kaitu'u has been quiet today. The fouls haven't helped her case. She's been off the floor at moments with that foul trouble. But I really feel like she's one of the X factors for this East team. Had a stellar year last year, has been good this year. Probably not the championship day that she envisioned personally, but at the end of it, she's going to get a ring, and a really outstanding player for the East Leopards.
Halfway through the fourth, Fano coast to coast lays it in, and it's a 20-point game. And again, Timpview not showing any give up here.
Fano and Pope have been good. 14 points apiece for Timpview, but that support scoring that was there yesterday against Skyline really hasn't been there today.
Pope poked it away, gets the loose ball, Euro step, and finish. 18-point game. Here comes the death kick from Timpview. Up top, Satini, now over to Falatea. Lane wisely sends it back up top, Kaitu'u. Satini, try to get that one into Kaitu'u. Here's a steal, here comes Fano. And Fano with the left hand and in. And now a 16-point game. Timeout taken by the T-Birds. 2:55 left. East leading by 16. .255 left in the fourth quarter. Timpview on a little bit of a run. They cut this to 16, but time is not on their side, especially without a shot clock, and they've got to get turnovers and a lot of different things happen. Not only that, I think they got to start fouling as that ball goes out of bounds off of Bolton. She had a chance at that one. Try to fit that one in, does, to Kaitu'u, and now the foul. No, timeout. Coach Levy, 2:47 left in the fourth.
Next time you need tires, keep less Schwab in mind.
2:47 left in the fourth. Timpview trailing by 16, or you can say East up by 16. And as we mentioned earlier, records going back to 1976, East has not won a girls' state championship in basketball. There's Pritchard fouled, and that'll be the 4th team foul. The good and bad, the blessing and curse of not having that many team fouls. Right now, you're going to have to start giving up a bunch of them.
Yeah, and I mean, right now it's 16, 2:37 left. I mean, it doesn't look very good for Timpview, but that's not going to help things, right? When you've got to give still 2 more fouls before you're shooting.
And that ball's off of Kaitu'u. It'll be Timpview basketball. 3-pointer to cut it down to 11. Or probably cut it to 13. Put it at the floor. Pope, give it up to Fano. Still have the luxury of taking any time. Pope, kiss it off the glass. No, and that ball's out of bounds off Fano. And we'll go back to the Leopards. 2:24 remaining in the fourth. Falatea, get up in the corner to Pritchard. And now the foul, and it'll be the 15th foul on the T-Birds. That was interesting. We talked to Coach Salivi about the change in this program, and he said, as you mentioned earlier, we're going to take when he knows from football, being the offensive coordinator, he said he looks at coaches that he respects. Obviously, Coach Match is one of them. In fact, he mentioned Coach Dorius. He said, you know, one of the best coaches in all of 5A. He said, obviously, with how good the Timpview is year after year. He said it's not surprising to him that Timpview was here, but he was just so complimentary of that. But I really liked what he talked about. He said, one thing I wanted was loyalty. He said, when I looked at my staff and I built my staff, he said, most of them have coaching experience. I asked them to be loyal and to love these kids. And you see it transferred into the success of this program.
And you see the buy-in, right? I mean, you see the buy-in by his team. And we mentioned the second half yesterday kind of went away a little bit from what he was wanting them to do. But he lets them play. And he's a coach that really cares for his team. I know, there's a lot of people that really give him a lot of credit for the East football offense and its success. And feel like, he's, I don't say as key as Brandon Matich. Obviously, it's Matich's program, but he is one of the real high-profile assistants on one of the really great staffs in the state. And not many football coaches are going to go and be the head coach of the girls basketball program and in their second year take them to a state title. I mean, what he has done, mentioned a little bit earlier, taking those foundational principles that he's learned from Coach Matich on the football side, brought them over here to the girls basketball side, and it's paid dividends here.
The East faithful fired up with that handle from Solivi. And now the foul, I believe, will be charged to Espinoza.
Half of the kids jumping around are on the boys basketball squad. You see Mikey Frazier down there, Mulibea. They're loving what they're seeing. The girls going to get their job done, and in a week, the boys might have their own opportunity.
Go check out our bracket. Let's see what we got them doing. And it's the one thing the annual mixtape added to basketball, and it is that one. I'm just waiting to hear the "Oh baby,"
How about this? Let's talk a little bit about East. Obviously we said we covered them early in the season, Dusty. Come into this game, they had won 9 straight basketball games, including a big win over Skyline. 14 of their last 15. And this is a team that was coming in hot, and the only loss in that span was to Skyline, a team that really figured out a way to slow them up. They swept Highland this year 3 times, beat the Rams. These East Leopards going to be very, very deserving of the new 5A state trophy that's going to be in the hallways of East High School.
You look at this team and the pieces on it. Desiree Falatea is only a junior. I believe younger Falatea is only a sophomore. We got this, the roster's all over the place. So I'm trying to figure this one out. But you got a lot of young players that will come back here.
It's one of the interesting things is,
as Kaitu'u is a senior, as Pope leaves the floor. Their 5th personal. I believe that's what that was. Lonnie Taliauli is a senior at the line here, icing this game away with a 17-point lead.
What a game she had, huh? That first half, 11 points, in the ball game, all in that first half. Big made threes to really put East out, help build that big lead that they had. And Talia Uli, as responsible as anyone else for the hardware. It's going to be coming to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, Margarita Santini is only a junior. Leilani Falatea, she's only a freshman. I actually knew that. I mean, there's a great future in the next couple years for the Leopards, and be a theme today on both these games. Check out the 6A championship that will come up after this one. It's Cook at the floor. Fano will pull for three, and short. Rebound tracked down by Espinoza. Glazer for three is short, and the rebound taken by Leilani Falatea. And the celebration will start as Satini. How about that little razzle-tazzle for the junior? Espinoza. But you talk about the T-Birds. They came on late this year, played really, really well, gave Corner Canyon their first loss of the season. As we near a minute, and they made a nice run in this tournament and knocked off the reigning 4A champions in Skyline. But today, the East High Leopards were just too much to handle. Stick around, as we got 48 seconds left. We will pick our player of the game after a short break. And we'll talk about both these teams. Before that, timeout taken by East. Let their fans shower down some praise. 41 seconds left in the 5A championship.
Once again, a reminder, fans after the game, please stay on the floor. No fans on the floor after the game, please. Let's hear it for the Timpview band under the direction of Jared Harrell.
.41 seconds left. East just in the want to get some. There's a couple different gals come on the floor. Lutui now comes on. The Falatea sisters are on the bench for the final 35 seconds. Satini hands off to Kaitu'u, and Dana, first girls state championship as far as we can see for the East Leopards. And we talked about it in that Bingham game, and we had East in our top 5 all year after we saw that Bingham game as well. And we said at that point, remember, look at each other. They could win a state championship.
Yeah, and you know they really developed over the course of the year. We mentioned the semi, learned to play multiple styles. Tonight they did it every way, and the senior gonna end with the state championship ball in her possession.
And that'll do it. The East High Leopards, their first ever girls state championship. Knock off Timpview 68-48. We'll step aside real quickly, and we'll have a post-game and a player of the game selection. You're watching the 5A State Championship on Deseret News and live.ksl.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you please you direct your attention to center court for the Deseret Ladies Trophy presentations. Making the presentations for Les Schwab Tires is Nate T.
Final score, the East High Leopards 68 and the Timpview T-Birds 48. They're going to be doing the trophy presentations, and you know, there's the joy and the heartache on the floor. And first, let's talk about Timpview and their year real quickly, Dane.
Yeah, fantastic season for Timpview and that tough Region 7 co-region champions coming out with Corner Canyon, and had a fantastic year. I mean, you look at Pope, Fano, Espinoza, Taylor, Ross, a lot of weapons, and they made a fantastic run in this state tournament and make it all the way to the championship game. I mean, the dream fell short tonight against a really good East team, but it was a fantastic year for the T-Birds and nothing to be upset about. You mentioned the emotions and the heartbreak, but Dusty, it was a really great year for a team that had high expectations, mentioned the injuries last year, and nothing to be sorry about for Timpview. It was a great year out of Region 7.
And now the state champion East High Leopards. So fitting those two seniors get to come out and get that trophy, and now the celebration begins for East.
What a year. I mean, we mentioned, Dusty, we saw them early on, tripped up in region against Skyline, also a co-region champion, but really the job done by Coach Solovey, and he would hate this because he's all about his kids. Just his second year, and he's taken a program all the way to a state championship. Remember, they knocked off Mountain View in the first round last year, and that was a team that was a state championship contender. This squad and the way that they are built, what they did tonight, I think really representative of what coaches turned this program into. You got to love, you know, feel good for Kaitu'u, for Talia Uli, but the Falateas, Satinis, all coming back. It's going to be a nightmare to deal with East again next year, Dusty. A lot of great pieces, but what a year for them. Reaching the pinnacle of the 5A classification in girls basketball. Congratulations to the East Leopards.
Your player of the game selection from the championship.
Boy, this is really tough. We were talking, who do you go with? So many contributed tonight in so many different ways. I'm going to go with Margarita Satini. Finished with 18 points. She was great defensively, hit some big threes. Thought she ran the fast court very well, the fast break. Margarita Satini, our player of the game. Congratulations to her on a fantastic evening in leading East to a state championship.
It's never easy to win a state championship. It's never easy to turn around a program, and that is what Coach Solivi did. Congratulations to the East High Leopards. As far as we can see, their first ever girls state championship girls basketball state championship, and they get it in a 68-48 win over Timpview. Had a terrific year. Our player of the game, Margarita Satini, in the championship. For Dane Stewart, Thompson Coles, Ryan Rasmussen, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching the girls 5A state championship basketball game on Deseret News and live.ksl.com.